Hello and welcome. You're listening to WCVF 88.9 The Voice and WDVL 89.5 The Inferno. And welcome to Staying Awake. Hello, hello.
Hello, my name is...
Hello.
Hey.
Yes. Can everyone introduce themselves?
I'm Olivia.
I'm Dan.
I'm Carrie.
Okay. And this is completely live, 24 hours of live radio on Radiothon. And I did just attempt to do a very quick mic check. I don't think I fully did that yet. So we will go on as we can. But how is everyone doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I was a judge for Fredonia's Battle of the New Bands, and that was really interesting. I felt like a mix of Simon Cowell and Abby Lee Miller in the sense that, like, I can't music, but I can judge music, you know? So it felt really cool.
Judging people is always more fun than actually doing the thing you're judging them for.
Yeah, because I wasn't
100%.
scared at all.
Like,
No nerves.
I don't know how to play any instruments, but, I'll judge if your music's good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
And that's what matters. The fans
what
are what matters. So...
Yes. And speaking of music, now that we are officially starting the show, why don't we start off with some music? Our first booth play, Through the Woods by Apollo Sons. Enjoy.
And we're back. How's everyone feeling?
so good.
Pretty good, actually.
What'd you think of that song? It was really nice.
I really did enjoy it. Good time.
A nice little instrumental beginning. But yeah, so our show is Staying Awake, if we haven't said that already. And our theme tonight with Staying Awake, we kind of thought like slumber party-esque. So we're going to do a few things that we'd usually do during a slumber party like that. And I think the first thing that we were really thinking of would be some form of a story time, kind of just chatting once it gets late at night. Does anyone have any fun stories that they want to start off with?
I do.
Okay.
Do you guys remember that trend, the Harlem Shake?
Yes.
There was like a birthday party sleepover that I had, and we did the Harlem Shake. And it's like a really cursed video on my mom's Facebook.
Oh,
and it's
Available to the public.
available to the public.
I think every video on every mom's Facebook page is cursed.
it's atrocious.
It's so bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
And I'm wearing a ski mat, like a ski helmet.
What?
Because the point of the Harlem Shake is like, there's one person in there. I guess. Do you guys know like the backpack kid who flosses? I guess it was some variation of that, like
I'm
that
so
dance
confused
move.
right now.
But the point is, it's like do the Harlem Shake, and then like this song would go on, but then everyone else in the room had to act like nothing was going on. So almost like the mannequin challenge, but not quite.
Oh.
And so the
should bring
Harlem
that back.
Shake,
The mannequin challenge or the Harlem Shake?
Both, actually.
Okay. Okay.
Mannequin challenge again?
The mannequin challenge is when it like a specific song played. I never knew the name of what the song was, but a specific song would play and then everyone would just stand there frozen. Like I did that in my chorus
okay.
class in
It's-
middle school.
it's the
You
Beatles song.
Is that what it was?
Like, you
It's
just
something
freeze in
Beatles.
place.
It's in the title. But the Harlem Shake video in question, it's all like my childhood friends around me, like watching TV. Oh, I forgot like the main point of the video. Like it's one person dancing, and it was me in this case because it was my birthday, of course.
Oh, yes.
And then after the beat drops, everyone dances like a flash mob, but not quite. So
I feel like there's a variation of that constantly rotating.
yeah, but the Harlem Shake is what really started it. I get the nostalgic
see.
vibe from it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
See, now I'm trying to remember birthday parties I had as a kid. And the only one I can vividly remember off the top of my head, I was in kindergarten, and it was at Chuck E. Cheese, which the specific Chuck E. Cheese it was at is now a wine store where I live.
Okay,
so, you
good
know.
upgrade.
You can really grow up with the place.
Yeah, that's
You
Yeah.
really can, yeah.
For
Now
real.
that I can actually go there. And the only thing I remember about the party itself, they definitely had them other places, but it was like a plastic tube that you stood in, and then air pushed up a bunch of Chuck E. Cheese money.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I just remember
yes.
standing in it, like trying to get every single dollar that I could, which isn't that different than now, actually.
Yeah.
Did you get a
That
lot?
was real.
This was like more than 15 years ago.
Did
You
your
don't
Chuck
I'm
E.
lucky I remember even that.
And you don't remember exactly how much money you got?
I do not the
Wow.
specific number.
Yikes.
That's unfortunate.
Like, okay.
Did your Chuck E. Cheese have the? I don't know if it was just a my Chuck E. Cheese thing because I've only ever been to my Chuck E. Cheese, but there's like the stage and then they've got the dancing characters, like the animatronics, like
Oh,
Freddy
yeah.
Fazbear's
Freddy
Pizza,
Fazbear.
but not Freddy Fazbear's
I love
because they
Freddy.
don't do crazy things at night.
Okay. Can I say?
Freddy Fazbear was based off Chuck E. Cheese, wasn't he?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure the whole thing was based
So-
off the Chuck E. Cheese concept.
So I actually don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you like fell into like a deep lore in the
So
Freddy
did I.
Fazbear Pizza.
So I think that technically the game was based off of this one movie, maybe.
Yeah,
but
I am
it's
not
similar.
a gamer.
It's
so-
similar.
I know there's
The only
like
thing I know is they're bad, but they're friend shaped.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Why can't
like
I hug?
something. It's last I remember hearing anything about the creation of it. Last I remember, there is something specific about the game that is in relation to the creator's life. I have no idea what that is, but I know that that exists.
He's purple guy.
Yeah. And my story time, I was going to talk about it anyway, and somehow it relates to that. But I went to Oklahoma over this past Thanksgiving break to visit my sister and my nieces, and I took them to Chuck E. Cheese.
How was
And
it? Is it
was-
upgraded?
It's so weird. It's so different from mine, but also I went to one in Oklahoma, so I just don't know if that's different from like a New York State Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know. Let me know. But
You know, I'm a 21-year-old man, so it'd be kind of weird if I did, but I haven't been to a Chuck E. Cheese in so long.
right.
I have never.
I barely
ever
remember
been.
what it was like.
Really?
Speaking of grown men in Chuck E. Cheese, do you
Oh, no.
remember?
What?
Do you remember the Shane Dawson thing where he would piece
Oh my
together the
God.
pizzas?
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
They literally had to
Yes.
like.
How old was
They
he? He
had
was
to,
like
like-
30.
Yeah. Well, he's
Oh,
like old.
no.
He's weird.
He's so
Sorry.
old.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say, the Chuck E. Cheese in my hometown, there was like a whole like playground attached to it, like very similar to the ones that would be in McDonald's,
Really?
plus the various arcade games.
That's like
the
my
one in
dream.
Oklahoma that I went to was just like a bunch of different. It was like I literally just went to an arcade, and then every 30 minutes there'd be like a like fun little alarm that would go off. And it would cue all of the children to run to the dance floor and dance with the Chuck E. Cheese
Oh,
guy.
that's kind of cute.
Yeah.
That's actually.
Mine never had the playground or that alarm system.
They also had Dippin' Dots. That's very important to me.
Oh, I
Do you
love
guys have a
Dippin'
favorite
Dots.
Dippin'
Cotton
Dots
candy.
flavor? Oh,
That was too
I am
fast.
so heavily strong on the cotton candy Dippin' Dots.
Valid.
It's the best.
I like brownie batter.
I like the rainbow fruit one.
The rainbow sorbet one is also
Yeah,
pretty
that
good.
one.
That's the one my sister always gets.
I happen to fancy the strawberry banana one, so
I've never
I can't
had
do
that
banana.
one
I
before.
haven't had that one either.
it's very.
But now I have to try
would
it.
recommend. Would recommend.
You
Dippin'
know what
Dots-
I
oh, sorry.
recommend? What is that? Oh, just WCVF 88.9 The Voice and WDVL 89.5 The Inferno, the two stations that you're listening to right now.
I love listening to those stations.
You know, my
Me too.
favorite thing about being on radio shows here is the awful transitions.
Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean by
Was that an
awful?
attack?
No, I'm not gonna. That's
Speak
the only
your
thing I'm gonna
truth.
say about it. Nope, no. I'm done.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah,
No, that's the only thing I'm gonna say about it. Mm-hmm. Did I say awful?
That's what I thought.
I meant wonderful.
that's what I thought.
I just must have mispronounced it.
Anyways, I used to
Can't
work
spell
at
wonderful without awful. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Sorry, you used to work at.
in a amusement park in
Oh,
food
yes.
service, and whenever I would talk too much to people, coworkers, they would stick me in the Dippin' Dots hut by myself.
Oh.
And the only good thing about that place was there was air conditioning, but because I was 16, I refused to use my phone. They said, don't use your phone. You're not allowed to use your phone. We're going to have secret shoppers around, and they're going to tell you if you have your phone, you're going to get fired.
Oh my
And I believed it. I believed it. So I was never on my phone, and I literally bought an Apple Watch so I could have some semblance of like a phone near me because I would be
That's
alone in the Dippin'
awesome.
Dots. But here's the crazy thing. They used to give me the Dippin' Dots to serve, and sometimes there would be like flies in there.
Ew.
And
Ew.
people would come back to me and be like, there's a fly in my Dippin' Dots. And I'm like, sorry, do you want more?
Yeah, right.
Because if I had to get a refund, I would have to call the manager. But it's an amusement park, so it's one manager running around everywhere, and then it would take
Constant.
30 minutes for you to get your
Well,
refund.
and managers being managers, the only thing they're gonna say is, well, that fly landed there because this is an amusement park and there's flies everywhere.
It's outside.
Yeah.
Right.
It is outside.
Like,
And
I
so-
definitely believe that there were flies in the ice cream, but your manager's not going to admit that.
Yeah, I mean, the way we closed up that place, a bunch of 16-year-olds closing up Dippin' Dots places by themselves.
Right.
I don't trust
With
it.
no supervision.
Yeah.
I didn't trust myself. Just a manager to check it at the end of the night. The only cool thing about one of the Dippin' Dots huts was that it was in front of the water slides. So I would just watch people go down the fun water slides. So,
Yeah. And oh my gosh, I was just gonna say something. Oh, my other story time in relation to working, I worked at a McDonald's over one summer,
Fun.
and
I think I know this.
okay, there are two different stories. The story that I was going to start with, I worked there for one summer. So I worked over the summer, and it was just a one-time thing in a really, really tiny town, like population 26. And when I went in, I was like, is this really what it's like here? Like, it's really hot. And like about a week in, the manager, like one of the night managers, turned to me and was like, oh yeah, our AC's been broken this entire summer. That's why you get an extra water break. And so I worked that entire summer with only heat.
Wow.
That is
Thoughtful of them.
Yeah.
An extra water break. So cute.
Was that
really
the summer of 23?
Correct.
So that same summer, I stayed on campus here over summer.
Yes, this was the same summer.
Yeah, no air conditioning in the entire building at all.
Didn't your bikes get stolen?
Oh yeah, that
Yes,
was
please tell this story.
okay. So, that's a story. Okay, so
Please tell
I
us.
stayed summer housing that summer. It was in Disney Hall,
Shout out.
and
No.
Actually, let's not shout
No,
it out.
let's
Let's not
not.
shout that out. That was so
So
disrespectful.
I also lived there sophomore year. This was between my sophomore and junior year. So I lived there my entire sophomore year. So the summer already starts off on a great note. I couldn't just keep my room. I had to move literally down the hallway 2 suites over. I lived in 207. They made me move to 205 because
Wait, that was my suite.
which
Was
one?
it actually?
Yes. 205?
What room did you have?
I had I don't know, the one
Did you
next
have
to the
did you have the middle room?
No.
Oh, okay. That's the one
Isabella
I had.
had that one.
Well, that's the room I had.
Oh,
So wait, we had the same room at one point, and now we share a wall now.
Your neighbors.
aw, and you're still not on our Polaroid wall. We need to change that.
We can change that tonight.
No, because Isabella's asleep.
Oh yeah, good point.
We
I
are
forgot it's
staying
2
up,
a.m.
Not
Yeah.
them.
Facts.
Okay, never mind. See, the 2 a.m.ness is getting to me. I'm not thinking.
True.
But anyways, okay.
We're just staying up.
So they made me move over 2 suites. And the people I was put with in that suite, I did not. I felt extremely uncomfortable living there. The kitchen was a mess.
yes.
There were literally puddles of something that wasn't liquid on the floor. There were flies in the sink. The fridge had, I kid you not, dirty paper plates. It's like someone ate food off of a paper plate and then put the plate back in the fridge.
No shot.
For why?
I do not understand. I have thought about that very often since, and I do not understand.
That's worse than my Disney kitchen nightmare.
Yeah.
But
That's
it
terrible.
eventually, I lived with all of that for like a week. Eventually, I went to go use the bathroom, and I will just say that I did not feel physically comfortable sitting on the seat. So then I emailed ResLife, and I'm like, please, I cannot live here anymore. This is unbearable. So then they moved me over 1 suite to 206. So they moved me from 207 to 205 to 206. And I couldn't just keep my stuff in my old room because they told me summer camps would be living there. There were never any summer camps.
Yeah. Yeah.
There were summer camps there that summer in a different building.
That's
But,
crazy.
Yeah. So it already was off to a really bad start.
Well, you know Fredonia loves their students.
Oh, definitely.
yes.
They treat us so good.
Of course.
Gotta love
Why,
them.
of course.
But then after like 2-3 weeks of living there, I went home I live in Buffalo, so I just went home one day and I brought my bike back with me. And it was right after it was either, I think the first time was right after 4th of July. I locked it up on the bike rack right outside Disney. And then a few days later, I am the least observant person in the world, and I don't know how long it was missing. But a few days later, I went to go get the bike, and it was gone. Bike was gone. The lock was gone, just completely.
No chalk outline.
Nope.
Nice.
So I filed a police report. I complained to ResLife just to let them know, hey, there's a bike thief going on. And University Police was shockingly no help. And then like a week later, I get a call from the Village of Fredonia Police Department. No, I don't. I get a call from my mom.
Yeah.
Who told me that the village of Fredonia, so not university police, like the actual village police, called her saying that they found her bike abandoned in a cemetery, in the cemetery right down
Newton and Lambert.
Yeah,
Yes,
that one. I don't know what the name of it is, but the reason they called her was because the only way they figured out whose bike it was, the sticker for the bike shop we bought it at was still on it. So they called the bike shop in Tonawanda, New York, if you know where that is, and they had to look back in their sales records from like 2-3 years ago to figure out who they sold it to. And that's how the police got my mom's phone number.
That's nuts.
But long story short, I got the bike back, and there were bungee cords attached to the handlebars. So I'm thinking obviously someone stole it, but someone stole it and then either used it to pull something else or it was pulled by something else.
Yeah.
So then I got into a huge argument with ResLife because I told them I didn't feel comfortable locking the bike up outside because, it was just stolen. And they said I couldn't keep it inside the building because it's a fire hazard. The building that's meant for like over 100 students and there's 12 of them living there because it's the summer. Mm-hmm. There were 12 people in the entire building, but I couldn't keep the bike in there because it was a fire hazard.
Right.
So I started locking it up. Gregory Hall has an overpass, kind of.
Yeah.
I started locking it up under there because I figured no one's going to be stupid enough to steal a bike from literally right next to the police station. Oh, I was wrong. Like 2 weeks later, I go to use it again. And this time, they actually left the lock there. The lock was cut, but it was still there. But the bike was gone, and I filed another police report, and I never saw it again.
They definitely did that to spite you.
Oh, they definitely
like 100%.
did. Yeah.
And they probably threw it in the lake.
Oh, probably, yeah.
They were like, this kid stole my bike. I need to steal it back.
Stole my bike that I stole from.
Well, the police found it just abandoned in the cemetery with a bunch of other stolen merchandise.
Oh, so they just didn't care about the bike.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And apparently the police said they cleaned it off, but apparently there was blood on it too.
Whoa.
They
Are
didn't.
you sure that someone wasn't like?
I don't know. I don't know what happened to that bike in the week or two that it was missing the first time.
Scary.
But yeah,
Connected to a string of crime.
That
literally.
That
yeah.
bike
gonna
leads
show
a
up.
life of crime.
It
oh
does,
my gosh.
and it's somewhere. I don't know where it is
Yeah.
now because it was
it's gonna show
stolen
up
again.
in an
Right.
unsolved case in 10 years.
It'll be in a museum
Yeah.
with a bunch
That would
of
be awesome.
And you're gonna be
Yeah.
like, oh my god, that's my bike.
It's got the sticker still on it.
And can we please shout out that one guy that was working at that bike store
Yes.
that searched through
Literally.
all of the records just to find that one bike?
Like they
That's
went
crazy.
back.
Yeah, what a sleuth.
When did I get that bike? I got that bike right before COVID, so I got it summer of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to go back 4 years.
That's nuts.
I'm just surprised they still had records that far.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
right?
it's a small little bike shop.
And how unfortunate it is that he did all that just for it to
For
get
nothing,
stolen
yeah.
Yeah, so again. Yeah, literally.
Oh, and then wait,
Because of
I
Red's
forgot
life
something.
also.
So after it was stolen the second time, I was hopefully understandably really mad at ResLife.
Yeah.
So I sent them, I will admit, I sent them a not so nicely worded email. And Kathy Forster herself, the director of ResLife, emailed me back saying she was actually on vacation when the rest of this happened and her staff was answering the emails. So she actually had no knowledge of this, and she told me after it was stolen the second time that I could keep it in the building. Like, really useful now.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for letting me do
Indeed.
this now.
Indeed.
Just lock that invisible bike up right up in
awesome.
Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. My Disney Hall story. So there was this moment in time in which there were mice, right?
Oh,
Because
yes.
Disney Hall also has kitchens. So this, of course,
Literally Mickey Mouse up in
Yeah.
your dorm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it
So
was
fitting.
specifically people had seen it go in my room. So I was freaked out, right? And so I'm minding my business. I invite my friends that live with me over to my kitchen, and I decide to make pancakes for everyone.
Oh, I remember that.
And I'm being so nice. Q was there, which is why I'm bringing this up too. And we're all just, I'm actually standing. I remember I'm standing and I hand the pancakes out to people. And I literally, the mouse goes and like walks on my feet.
No way.
And I'm done. I'm off the floor. I don't remember if I got on the chair or the table.
You started standing on the chair.
Yeah, I was not on ground.
And then I took the, not to interrupt you, actually, no, you finish.
I don't remember what you're about to say because I was in shock at that point. I just remember that one of us ended up calling the RA on duty at
who
like
was the RA?
RA Taylor.
My RA.
Yeah.
Shout out RA Tay-Tay.
And
I love her.
anyway, so we're freaking out. I think you were the one that called her. I don't remember.
I don't remember calling.
But,
I do remember taking the broom that you had in your kitchen, and I grabbed it by the sweepy end, and I started poking the handle in like corners of the room. I was trying to coax the mouse out in order to get it out of the kitchen.
Yes. And I just still think it's funny. Even she was laughing about it, that we like called the RA on duty and you like always expect it to be like a 4 a.m. call. And we called her at like a crisp 10:30 a.m. So casually.
It was at 10:38. Was it during a weekend?
I think so.
I think it was, yeah.
I was about to say, pancakes?
If I made pancakes for our friends, it was a weekend.
That was also the same exact room that I was in when I learned the Queen of England died, and I screamed.
way.
I for whatever reason, our whole friend group decided to be in that room, and like we were a pretty big group, and most of us didn't hang out in our kitchen, but we were in the kitchen, and I'm like sitting in a chair like outside of the circle,
And I'm just on my phone.
No, I'm on my phone and I'm scrolling through and I see the Queen has died and I see no one else is reacting to this and I go, yes. And so I like sit up prim and proper and I just yell that the Queen has died and no one believes me and everybody's like looking around and Q's reaction
that was
is
one of the things.
Best thing I've ever seen in my life.
I remember it differently. I don't remember that. But if
you were in shock, dude.
Well, if you did say that, it was either after I found out and I was in tears, or I just thought you were lying.
You did think I was lying.
Okay, because telling me, especially me, because I loved Queen Elizabeth. She was.
I was about to say, we need to correct that.
Rest in peace. It's too soon. She was very dear to me. And people have all of freshman year and sophomore year up until that point, people would tell me she died just to get a reaction out of me.
Yeah,
so eventually I just stopped believing it.
I did just simply say the Queen has died. It's not like I didn't really explain. I didn't really make it sound serious. So.
And then I still remember exactly what post it was. I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw CNN's post and it was just a picture of her that said Queen Elizabeth, whatever year she was born, to 2023. And I just remember screaming.
I see a single tear in his eye currently.
And do you want to know what came out of that, you guys? Malibu Barbie, Trisha Paytas.
Oh,
yes.
So
yes, and Elvis.
When one door closes, another door opens.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Have you guys watched Trisha Paytas ASMR?
No, but I'm going to tonight.
Unfortunately, yes.
You have?
It was not by choice. I was force-fed it.
Oh, I want to watch it so
it's good.
bad. And
yeah,
then every
it's
time
good. I don't think it's bad.
It's an experience. I'll say that.
Every time I scroll through and I see the different titles, I look at it and then I psych myself out and then I don't watch them.
I love another person who loves ranch just as much as me.
It was definitely
She's
an
a good
experience. I can say that I recommend it to a certain group of people.
Yeah.
You have to be interested. You either have to really love Trisha Paytas or you have to be you have to dislike her.
Yeah.
Like if you're just indifferent towards her, you won't.
or
care.
you
just
really have
hate
to like her
watching-
kind of ASMR.
Yeah, that too.
I low-key want to start watching her videos. I'm going to be honest. Because she they've been through like a I think they use they, them pronouns, but I'm actually not sure, so I'm just going to use them anyways.
Yeah.
But a lot of character development arcs, like, in such a short amount of time, it's crazy, and I just want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
And they've been having a lot of people on their podcast, and they've been like dishing facts. It's like they're kind of cooking. I don't know.
Yeah, my only thing with that is truth. Lots of character development, but a setback because now they have a podcast with Tana.
Oh my god.
And I don't like. I used to like Tana, but then I looked into Tana's past.
Wait, she has a podcast, or they have a podcast with Tana now?
Yeah, it just started like 2 weeks ago. It's very, very recent.
Did you see the whole thing with Tana interviewing Jeffree Star?
Yes. Yes. That was crazy. That was a crazy watch. Did you see the Tana and the Brooke Schofield thing?
Which thing?
Not the most recent thing with Brooke's new boyfriend, but the original thing where she was like tweeting really like racist things like a while back, and then she doubled down on it in college and was like, yeah, she was talking about how she was writing a paper about like something about inequality, and then she was like, yeah, if I write it from a liberal perspective, then I get better grades.
That's very strange.
That's when I stopped watching the Canceled podcast,
Yeah.
and then that's when I was like, Tana still supports Brooke? No.
Yeah.
No. And then I was sad to see that Trisha started a podcast with Tana, because I was like, gosh, you were doing so good. I was rooting for you.
Old habits die hard.
Yeah, guess I just gotta wait for the next character arc.
Yeah, wait for the next arc. Literally.
Yeah.
See, this is what I knew would happen when I agreed to join this show 10 minutes before it started. I have no idea what anyone's talking about right now.
Yeah, that's okay.
We're going to watch Trisha pay Tessa.
I knew that would happen, though.
If you know, you know. If you
Yes.
don't, you don't.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm not going to do a transition. It's time for promo. And what I want to
Yay.
promo today is the FRS YouTube, because I don't think it gets promoted enough. There's a lot to see on there. If you are listening to this not at 2:33 a.m., you're probably listening to it on the YouTube page, so thank you. But yes, the FRS YouTube has many different shows that air on both WCVF and WDVL that are usually posted weekly or just posted throughout the semester. To think of some offhand, we have D&DVL. That's a D&D based podcast, and they do very long-running shows, 3 hours at a time, and they go through a whole campaign. Definitely worth listening to. Big Blue, which is Matt Volt's show about sports, if you're interested in that. A show that Olivia and I are a part of, The Local Lowdown, airs on there.
Yup.
So definitely make sure to take a look at the YouTube if you are not listening to it already. And while we're at it, let's just play our next booth play. Get through all of it. And I specifically want to play Likewise by Devereaux. This is Justin Hook, our music director. This is his music pick of the week. So let's take a listen.
Call me in the night when I feel restless. Call me in the night when I feel tested on. Likewise is the same thing, saying goodbye again when we've tried again. I go walking when my heart is talking and telling me my time in the morning. Tell myself I'm okay. And I still take my time in the morning. Tell myself I'm okay. But all I ever think about, all I ever think about is you, my sweetest love. Call me in the night when I feel restless. Call me in the night when I feel dead. Call me in the night when I feel restless. Call me in the night when I feel dead.
And we're back again. I really
Hello.
like that pick for Justin. Justin, shout out Justin.
Yes.
I said Justin so much in that sentence. It's crazy. So,
Yes.
I think we should play a game.
I agree.
I think we should play Two Truths and a Lie.
Ooh.
For
Indeed.
real.
Which, for all of us,
Indubitably.
means that we needed to plan this in advance because we are not on the fly people.
No.
Yes.
I should write mine down.
Does anyone want to go first? If not, I can because I have mine written down.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Elena, I'm pretty sure you're going to know this.
Okay.
I tried to think of something you don't know, but we've known each other so long, I think you know everything.
If I know it, I just will not speak.
Okay. So the three things I have. My favorite place is New York City. I'm allergic to nuts. And I have crooked ankles.
Crooked ankles?
I feel like your favorite place is not New York City, but like, I mean, I could be wrong, but New York
I
City.
cannot comment on the matter.
Wait, what was the second one again?
I'm allergic to nuts.
Oh. Carrie, what you think?
I don't think it's New York City. I don't think that's.
You don't think it's New York City? Okay, my only thing with that is that EJ's in New York City. So I feel like
But like, love the person, hate the town. You know.
true.
It's fair.
Are we gonna stand on this?
I'm standing on it.
Okay, I'll stand on it too. I'll join you.
Okay. Period.
Okay, so what's the decision?
Your favorite city is not New York City.
Actually, it is.
Aww.
Dang.
Yeah.
So what was the lie?
The lie is that I'm allergic to nuts. I'm not, but I
Okay.
don't like nuts, so I don't eat them anyway.
Yes, he doesn't. He famously doesn't like peanut butter, which is so devastating
Well,
to me.
Something that a lot of people
I
find
love peanut
confusing.
butter.
Most people say that different types of nuts taste different, and it's really unusual to like universally hate them all. But I cannot stand
Well, like the
any
texture
of
is
them.
similar.
It's
though.
like people who say all types of water, or different types of water, taste the same, like different water brands.
But
That
they don't.
No, they taste very different.
Exactly.
Right.
No,
But you're
like-
saying that about nuts?
No, like I'm not denying the fact that they taste different, but a lot of people find it weird that I hate all nuts.
Oh, yes.
They
Be-
have
because
a
they
similar
taste
texture
weird.
though, because a lot
It's-
of them have this like it's like a strange filmy type texture.
It's
I don't
not
know
the
how to
texture
explain
though.
it.
Like even the smell, it just repulses me.
Okay,
I don't know what it
What?
is. Yeah,
I disagree, but okay.
apparently when I was like really really little, like too young to remember, I liked it, but I have not liked them since I was like incredibly young, like 1 or 2.
Maybe you liked them too much that you just like hate them now because it was
Yeah.
like too.
Maybe.
Me and yogurt.
Me and bananas.
love
I used to have
I love
yogurt.
bananas.
I used to have yogurt every single day for lunch at school.
Oh, no.
And then when I started working like over the summer, I also brought it to work over the summer. So I never gave myself a break.
Real
Never
talk,
again.
the consistency of yogurt is so weird.
It
Agreed.
Yeah.
Do you
Agreed.
ever sit and
You gotta
eat
stir
yogurt? Yeah, you ever sit and eat yogurt and then think that you're sitting there and eating yogurt?
And then you're like,
Exactly. and then all of a sudden
yeah.
you
Look at
can't
all
do
these
it
little
anymore.
prebiotics in here.
Yeah.
Me with kombucha.
Me with
I love
I love
kombucha.
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 I love kombucha so
But I don't
much.
like ginger, so there's a lot of kombucha that I don't really consume.
I can
Mango is
point
really
you in the
good.
direction of non-ginger tasting kombucha.
Wegmans has a...
Wegmans.
I think
Wegmans is the one I go to. The pink one. I don't know which one it is.
I don't know the
but-
pink one. I had a green one. I think it was mint lemonade.
Oh, that is a good one.
That
I've had
one's
that
really-
one.
that one's
one,
really good.
That one is Kavita.
What?
That one is, the brand is Kavita. Kavita mint lemonade. It's a prebiotic. I don't know if that one's actual kombucha, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't
Low
know.
key.
I get freaked out by kombucha because I hear about all the stories of people letting it sit in their fridge, and then they have to pick it up with like tongs and oven mitts, or else it's going to
personally
explode.
never had that, but I don't let it sit in my fridge for like months.
I always just buy the bottle, and then I just drink it.
Yeah.
Just chug a lug.
I
I
love
don't know
tea.
why I said
Okay.
chug a lug.
I used to drink it every morning for like 5 months, and that was like really crazy era for me.
It's healthy for you, though,
Yeah,
right?
it's like it's
good
really
for
good
you.
Yeah.
for your gut.
I love tea and I
Health.
love soda,
Gut
and
health.
kombucha is basically healthy tea soda.
Exactly.
So I love it.
It's great. We love
Yeah.
it.
Sometimes the
If that makes any
aftertaste gets
sense.
me,
No, it
though.
makes so much sense to me.
Fair.
I can tolerate it, and then
I
it just
can-
sits in my mouth, and I'm like, ugh.
I can only have kombucha if it's icy cold.
Me too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I drink it warm, like if it's been like sitting like in my car on a warm day for like hours, and I'll go back.
Something
and drink it.
Oh,
tells
wow.
me you shouldn't be drinking things that have sat in your warm car for a few hours.
That was like a dramatic example. But like, you know, like if it's been sitting like on my table for like the whole day, I'll still drink it.
I did the same thing with my like coffee drinks.
Well, I mean, like I feel like those it's okay to do. With like chicken, you're not gonna want to eat that when it's been sitting out all day. But with my coffee, like yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Does anybody want to go with their two truths or a lie? Because I could go.
Go right ahead.
Do it.
Okay, number one. I matched with a famous drummer on Tinder. I was on the news for seeing Puxatawny Phil during Groundhog's Day. I was in like the background. And I am in an SM6 music video. Whoa. If y'all are hip to SM6.
What was the second one again? I'm sorry.
I was on the news, like in the background, for seeing Puxatawny Phil on Groundhog's Day.
That sounds vaguely familiar. For the first one, define famous.
Famous, like, has an audio tree video.
That means nothing to me.
Okay. Elena, can you translate?
Audio tree.
Oh, I'll just tell you how many Spotify listeners they have.
Oh, okay.
That's
yeah, that would work.
that's a
Yeah.
better thing.
Okay.
But while you're looking it up, Audio Tree is like it's a spot in Chicago where they basically like film recordings of like the hottest bands right now.
Wow.
Okay.
So they have 376.2 thousand monthly listeners, and their top song has 34 million streams.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah.
See, that
That's-
definitely makes me think
yeah.
it's real.
And that's so ultra specific.
Yeah.
So which is a lie?
So
Catch me.
I'm gonna do something crazy
What was the
right
third
now.
one? Wait, no, you can
I'm
go.
gonna do something insane right now, and I'm gonna say that the drummer is a lie, and that you fully pulled that person from like your back pocket.
Okay.
What was the third one?
The third one was I was in an SM6 music video.
I also don't know what
They
that
used
is.
to be like a really popular, cringy family band on TikTok.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
See, I will admit I am aware of some of the context of some of these things.
Am I just not explaining it
So-
right? Or
No,
you probably
okay.
are. I'm clueless.
Yeah, two truths and a lie is hard. I'll ride with whatever you guys say because I'm worried that my context is gonna sway.
oh yeah.
Carrie, I'm with you with the first one being a lie.
Okay.
I think it was too specific, but I think that's a bad thing.
Okay.
Do I get to say now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the lie was that I was on the news for visiting
Dang.
Puxatawny Phil on Groundhog's
Okay,
Day.
someone I
I
know
was there.
was then.
I was there.
But you weren't on
I
the
was
news.
there. I wasn't on the news.
Maybe that
See, that's
was
the
it.
specific part.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what the scam? You know what the
Yeah.
scam of going to Gobbler's Knob, Pennsylvania for Groundhog's Day is? The scam is that you show up there and you see the videos of everyone being like super excited. Oh my gosh, Punxsutawney Phil's gonna come out, and you see like all the crowd behind them.
And it's so not like that.
It's this special thing called the inner circle.
Oh.
The inner circle are these guys in trench coats.
Oh,
And
that's awesome.
This sounds like the Illuminati.
They're a part.
so...
They're a part of this committee that puts on this event every year for Groundhog's Day, right? But they get to invite all their family for free. And so there's like a fenced off area, and all the people who are in the inner circle get to travel to Gobbler's Knob, take a bus at 2 a.m, and sit there for 6 hours in 18-degree weather behind the fence
Wow.
to wait. And then these people in the inner circle and all their families and stuff, they just waltz down this pre-made path for them. And they go and they sit on the inside of the fence because they were just at the warming tent and they're all warm and whatever. So they're super excited. Meanwhile, I got a cold because I was so freezing. I got
Yeah.
sick.
I could imagine.
And I also wasn't on the news.
That is an amazing visual of the country, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so disappointing. The drummer, by the way, he's from a band called Mind's Eye.
Okay.
And I was visiting a friend in California, and I was like, let me scroll around 2 hours. And then we matched, and I was like, wait, I recognize you. Because their TikToks are so cringy.
Oh,
Their
I wanna
TikToks
see
are
them.
so bad.
I'm gonna look them up.
Yeah,
I don't
my-
have TikTok, but
Mind's Eye on TikTok.
Well, while you look them up, let me read a grapevine. Connor Clary, WNYF Players Digest. At the SUNY Fredonia TV station, Connor Clary has a late-night talk show that has bi-weekly guests that he interviews, plays video games, and talks about gaming news. If you're interested, Players Digest is on WNYF TV every other Tuesday at 9 p.m. on the WNYF television YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/WNYF television.
yay.
And while we're also at it, you're listening to WCVF 88.9 The Voice and WDVL 89.5 The Inferno Radiothon edition. Yeah.
Let's go.
I can go next if you guys would like.
Also, one more side note. If you are curious on which SM6 music video I'm in, it's perfect. You got to send in little video submissions, and it was during COVID, and I was like, you know what? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's so true.
And so I did it as
Wayne
a
Gretzky.
joke. Right? I did it as a joke, and I didn't think I was going to be in it because all the promo came out, and my face wasn't anywhere. And I was like, oh, whatever. And then I click on the video just to see if I miss anything. I'm the first person in this music video. And I am
Awesome.
the only thing on that screen for like 0.5 seconds. They start that thing out with me. Without
they should.
bangs. Without bangs.
Oh,
Terrifying.
all right. Well, I will try and go quick so that we can get both ours in. So, when I do two truths and a lie, I usually keep it based on a theme, and I did it by degrees of separation.
Okay.
So I am 1 degree of separation from Phoebe Bridgers. I am 2 degrees of separation from Deftones, or I am 2 degrees of separation from Fall Out Boy.
I know who Deftones is. Mm-hmm. But can you tell me so I make sure I'm
Congrats.
right?
A very big band. I know Carrie knows a lot more about Deftones than I do.
Okay, let me do
New
let me do a Google.
new metal, like shoegaze, edgy, early 2000s.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Very good. Top 2 Spotify Wrapped artist.
Yeah.
I feel like you said 1 degree from Phoebe Bridgers?
And then 2 degrees from the other 2.
I feel like that one's a lie because I feel like I would know if you know someone who knew her.
I'm gonna pick Fall Out Boy.
I could be completely wrong though.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no, you're
My
fine.
bad. I'm picking Fall Out Boy, but I think that you have. I think it's like 1 number off. But I'm not gonna say which one.
I agree with you.
Okay. Period.
Okay. We're good?
Yep.
Q was right. It's not Phoebe
Dang.
Bridgers, it's Julian Baker.
Dang.
What? I didn't hear the Fall Out Boy thing.
Yeah. You're actually also 2 degrees from Fall Out Boy because our professor met Pete Wentz, and Pete Wentz is in Fall Out Boy.
Which professor?
Croft.
Hey.
He met Pete Wentz, and it was like the early 2000s, and he had like a crazy mohawk, and so I saw a picture of him with Pete Wentz, and I mentioned that I liked emo music, and it got that way.
He also saw Maddie Healy.
Yes. Well, I mean, technically, my friend took pictures of Fall Out Boy, but didn't actually meet them, so I don't know if that counts. But yeah, I'm 1 degree of separation from Julian Baker. My first interview on the Local Lowdown, I interviewed a guy I interviewed a guy's solo project, but the band that he's in, Julian Baker has a song featured on their album, and it used to be a booth play here as well, which is cool. ILYSM is the project.
Sounds familiar.
And then what was Deftones. There's a local band here. I mean, there are a few local bands played on that bill that I know, but they played on a bill with the band Gel, and Gel just played a show with Deftones. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh gosh, if I was one of those bands.
Yeah. If I was,
Let me play with Deftones.
if it were me.
Yeah, right?
Anyways.
All right. We can go through the last one, and then that's the end of the show.
All right, guys. So, one of my distant cousins is AJ McLean from the Backstreet Boys. 2, I have 3 siblings. 3, my niece was named after my sister's favorite singer.
Wait, can you repeat the third one more time?
My niece was named after my sister's favorite singer.
You don't have 3 siblings. And I'm going to ride on that.
I feel like that's like a little too I feel like the third one in my heart is true.
What was the first one?
AJ McLean is my distant cousin
Yeah,
from the Backstreet Boys.
I feel like you could have.
Technically, everyone is everyone's distant
Okay,
cousin.
but like closer than that.
I feel like you could have been driving on your way here and you were listening to the Backstreet Boys, and you chose that. Like, I feel like that's highly possible as well.
Maybe.
I'm going with 1.
Maybe.
I'm going with 2. Oh, go with 3.
No. Okay, yeah, I'll go with 3.
Okay. So Q is right. Actually.
I win.
So AJ McLean was, I think, not necessarily blood related. I think, but my like grandfather's sons from a different marriage was his grandfather, and my mom and him used to play together when they were younger or something.
Whoa.
So that's fun.
That's crazy.
The 3 siblings thing, actually, that's kind of like, it would make sense if you thought it wasn't real, if this was like a month ago, because I didn't know I had a 3rd sibling until like a month ago.
Oh.
Because I just found out I have another half sibling, so now I have a half sister on my mom's side and my dad's side.
Oh. There you go.
Posthumous, can't think of the word. Anyways, my niece was not named after my sister's favorite singer. No, my niece was named after my sister's MySpace profile.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
I had to think
Yeah,
and see if I heard you correctly.
Yeah, so my sister had this MySpace profile, and I'm gonna out it right now because I don't really care, but it was Alexis Infectious, and Alexis is spelled Alekzys. So my niece's okay, wait, not to fully dox my niece, but her middle name is Raven Lee. Alexis Raven Lee. That's her name.
Oh.
It slides out the tongue real nice.
It sounds really good, but that's a name.
It's still a mouthful.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a good name.
I love your niece dearly.
I love her too. She's my best friend. She's like
wow.
my bestie for real. She's awesome. She's taller than me. I hate it.
Yeah.
She's like
Felt.
14, dude.
Felt.
Messed up.
Felt.
Messed up.
Well,
Well,
We have been staying awake for this past hour.
I'm going to bed.
Somehow.
And a lot of
Me
us are
too.
going to be staying awake for the rest of Radiothon.
Not
so
me.
make sure to tune in.
Yeah, I'm in my pajamas.
Good luck, y'all.
I'm going to try.
I'm going home.
Yeah, right. Right. The next show is, I believe, Spooky Hour, or things that are in the spooky theme. So make sure to stay tuned for that. And we're going to end our show by playing our last booth play, which once my phone works, I will tell you what it is. It is called Say Yes by Lainey Jones. So thank you once again for listening to WCVF 88.9 The Voice and WDVL 89.5 The Inferno. Have a great rest of your night, morning. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.